Hello and welcome back, everybody. Friday afternoon and back to Warcraft. This is a wonderful day. First we got TeD Cup, then we got the weekly. Lots of Warcraft here. Hopefully Carson is around later. Otherwise, I will of course be there to celebrate the weekly for you. Thank you, B2W Clemens. 35-month resub. Thanks for all the hours of wonderful Warcraft here since the top 100 YouTube videos. Dude, that's 8 years ago.
Oh, that feels like a lifetime for real. Back when we were in Aachen with Templar and the boys, the wonderful Malte, with one hell of a lasagna. Might still be among the best that I've ever eaten.
Yeah, I agree.
This is where it becomes apparent that I have not had anything to eat yet today, and now I'm having to think about lasagna.
Mr. Remo Demo, why would you eat something if you have the wonderful products from Huel? You can just drink and won't be hungry anymore.
That's true, but every now and then getting some solid food in your teeth is also not too shabby. You know, I'm looking forward to my days as an 80-year-old man in the retirement home. There I'm going to be drinking only Huel all day, getting shredded, of course, but also not having to put my fake teeth in.
You're gonna look like Muten Roshi from Dragon Ball. That's exactly how you could turn out, actually. Just after young girls all the time, shredded AF, a little loopy as well. Yeah, I see that. You need the haircut, though. I'm a little ahead of that.
Yeah. You know, I thought about growing out my mustache one of these days. So, yeah, it's bound to happen. The prophecy has been fulfilled, or will be fulfilled.
Oh, damn, I never thought about how fitting that is. That's gonna be good. Gonna be good.
All right, we got our players in the lobby. The winners match, Kaho versus Lin, coming up. Chat, what do you think? What are the odds? You know, Kaho, he's right on par with Lin in MMR in War 3 Champions. What's his percentage chance here to beat the greatest orc of all time?
Yeah, Kaho is definitely grinding. Kaho's definitely in shape. For Lin, he had a solid game versus Foggy, but not a flawless game versus Foggy, so there might be a chance. Of course, Kaho has to face a lot more orcs in his region than Foggy has in the European region. Are you in the game? Is it loading for you?
It's still in the loading screen.
Okay, me too. Might be a bug. And the new sub here, Übergold. Thank you for the tier 1. 29 month already. Thank you. And Buggerino.
You jinxed it, Neo. You jinxed it.
Me? I just want to have a little more time with you. That's why I delay these games.
3 days ago you said, isn't it nice that we don't have bugs anymore? Isn't it nice that it all works so well? Isn't it nice? Well, Neo, you are the reason that we can't have nice things.
Well, you know, in comparison to the Blizzard ladder, War 3 Champions is absolutely flawless. Did you see the development of the custom game screen I posted on our Twitter?
I did. Yep. Yeah, normally the cups were always played on NetEase, but fun fact, the new patch also messed up the game entirely on NetEase. You can't play at the moment on NetEase.
That is correct. Hopefully that will change at some point. You're in contact with NetEase, right? What did they say?
Well, the last time I was in contact with them, I was telling or asking them about the maps and gave them the maps. I didn't want to be like, what's up, bros? You having trouble? Why can't we play on your platform right now? You know, Rob and I, we have a respectful relationship, but I think that would go a bit too far. And as you know me, Neo, one thing I never do is overstep my boundaries with any human being.
So, Insub is not a human being. Is what you say?
Well, that was not concerning him so much. That it was more about, you know.
Well, his surroundings.
It was about a bathroom, to be precise. So, you know, that's something else.
Okay, we have the lobby up. You asked the chat what they think. Why don't you put up a prediction for them?
Wait, just want to see what they say first. 60% Kaho. Oh, mister, you are an optimistic man. All right.
Toppest orc versus Night Elf. Yes, yes.
Let's do it.
Yeah, I think Kaho is still underestimated in the scene, despite his top 4 finish at War 3 Champions. There's a chance. There's definitely a chance. KMS3D, thank you very much, by the way, for signing up to our Patreon. And very excited to seeing you at Rara Land. Less than 4 weeks, Remo. Less than 4 weeks.
Yeah, you don't sound super ultra stressed out of your mind, which kind of surprises me.
Well, you know, I'm a streamer, and a streamer is also an actor. If we would talk off screen, I'd just cry on your shoulder for 10 hours straight.
Nice, that's my fantasy.
Naked.
Well, there's some wardrobe we could talk about. What do I want to say?
Yeah, do you have your wardrobe ready for Rara Land already? Is that something special coming?
No, I'm gonna wear a suit and tie, of course. Wait, what? God damn it! It slipped my mind.
Happens to the best minds. To the most beautiful minds.
Isn't it funny that of all Hollywood actors, the one that portrayed a savant-like genius, mathematical genius, was Russell Crowe? The guy who once had a fist fight with a dude on an Australian ship and he knocked him overboard.
Do you know the South Park episode about Russell Crowe and his boat? That's so good. Yeah, I mean that's why they're actors, right? They can pretend to be something.
Apparently he had like this film, this comedy film with Ryan Gosling not too long ago. What was it called? The Nice Guys? The Guys? Something with guys.
Nice Guys. It's like two investigators trying to solve a crime thingy.
Yeah, it's like a buddy cop, ironic persiflage thing. Very, very good movie. Very funny. And apparently he came to the set having prepared absolutely nothing for his character, and then he just winged it, being, like a drunk asshole. Came very natural to him.
You should have gotten that role.
That's so not true.
I know. You shouldn't act at all. But yeah, I watched that movie, I think, when we were on a plane to China.
Yeah. Great
good old times.
Dude, that was so funny. Like, you already, I think, back then had those over-ear noise-canceling headphones, right? And I was like, yes. Oh man, that's a great idea, because, in the plane, it's always super loud. I still had cheap in-ear pluggies because I would always lose them, so I was refusing to spend money on them. But I was like, hey, let's get some over-ears, and I'm only going to use them for travel, right? It's pretty expensive, but it's a good investment because, firstly, I am kind of hard of hearing, and secondly, they have good quality. And that was the last time we went to China, because after that, the COVID hit, and since then, not so much travel anymore.
It helps in trains too, and we've been to Berlin. You will come to Hamburg.
Yeah.
You travel a little bit.
For that, though, just the in-ears are fine enough. A friend of mine told me that he doesn't like Spotify anymore for some reason, and he switched to Tidal, and he said that Tidal has better quality, and you can hear it with the over-ears, apparently.
I mean, they have FLAC recordings, which is basically lossless, but my ears are so damaged from all the concerts that I won't notice. And it, of course, depends on over-ears as well. But I think a lot of the audiophiles, they just pretend. There was a funny thing recently with vinyl stuff, there's a big vinyl hype in the world. And so everybody is trying to get vinyls out at the moment because they create good revenue, and the fans are out for vinyl because it's supposed to be better quality than on Spotify because it's on a physical thing, Turns out these industry fuckers put the same quality on the vinyl than it is on Spotify, but people didn't notice for 3 years.
That's actually amazing.
Yeah.
They shoved their snobbery right in their face.
Yeah. So we had another join bug, but that is, I think, always caused by 120 because he had no connection to the server and he refused to leave the game.
Classic 120. Well, we were ahead on schedule anyway, so we got some time here.
Exactly.
Oh,
Next
good in the
lobby,
hood.
lobby is already up.
Isn't most of Spotify music generated by an algorithm?
What?
What? You mean like AI music instead of artist music? Hell no. There's no way that's true, is that?
No way. You can also have to switch on flag audio quality on Spotify as well. What? Since when? That wasn't a thing for years. Don't tell me they enabled this now.
Life-changing moment right here.
Live on stream. Okay, audio quality. Wait, data saver? No. I want highest. Give me everything. Okay, I can only set the quality to very high, but I don't know what that means. I don't know. Yep, now it's better. Very good, very good, very good. Okay, 1-0 is not in the game anymore, but now Kaho lost the connection to the server.
Seems a bit unstable today. What's the row on? China East?
China East.
Okay. Well, it's
fixed.
worked before. Shall work again.
3, 2, 1, go! Win the loading screen, everybody. And we got the player boxes, which is always a good sign. We only need the map. And we got the map, and we got the loading bar. We're waiting for other players, and now things are working. Winner bracket final, everybody. This is the War Chief of the Horde, Lin, versus Kaho. And according to our stats, it's also a first time ever. I start to doubt our stats. Is that possible? That they never played each other?
That seems very weird.
Damn, not too bad. Very excited for this one. Yeah, huh?
Indeed. Indeed. I
course,
thought they would have.
The stats don't lie. We got Kaho in blue on the bottom left-hand side. We got Lin in the yellow upper right-hand side. And if... this is once again Northern Isles. Same starting map as we had for Lin versus Foggy. And that wasn't the best game by Lin. Second game was pretty dominant. But I'd give Kaho a higher chance in this matchup than I gave Foggy. So we're in for a treat.
All right, Neo, I want to have a prediction from you now. Wait, is he playing first here? Oh, damn. Okay, I can't make the prediction now.
What?
You can think about it for map 2. My prediction will be, what's going to be the highest crit we see in the game? Could also be a question for the Wolves, but that's kind of boring. But yeah, Farseer. Bro, it's a Farseer first. Farseer fast tech with the Scout. And I thought this was gone from the meta. It was pretty exciting for a while that on some maps, like especially Northern Isles, also sometimes Autumn Leaves, we would see a Farseer. But now on Northern Isles, which is normally such a strong Blade Master map. What do you make of this?
Yeah, Lin trying to throw the curveballs. I thought so too. I thought that this thing of the past, but it's a rush tier 2. Now the question is, of course, will we go to a standard tier 2, tier 3, or is there some kind of tower push coming, as we've seen sometimes on, for example, Tidehunters? Even though the map is bigger, the rush distance is bigger. Very curious. I was curious about this match already, but now that we have Fastia in the mix, even more.
Not the peon. Ooh, that would have been so bad. That would have been so bad if the peon gets the last hit, but shall not happen here. Peon, good scout. Didn't go for the creep pull, by the way. This is something I've criticized orcs for before, giving the peon up too easily. With the creep pull, you lose HP and then you lose him too fast. Peon will still die here, but he bought a lot of time because now the Farseer is here, ready to harass. And this first green camp doesn't give that much experience, so you need 3 wolves still to get that level 2 level up.
That's a lot. Or another camp, of course, but the Farseer will hang around and punish this keeper. No entangle of with so much freedom for Lin currently while his tech is unfolding. Opens up with a grunt. Okay, for creeping, I guess. Maybe he thinks, well, my mission is accomplished. I prevented level 2. Grunts have a little bit more longevity, and I can creep better with that on tier 2.
Yeah, I like that a lot. Keeper is gonna have to spend a lot of mana here with treants and such. They're gonna take a while to get level 2. And even if he wants to kill the grunt later on, that will be joining, would take 2 entangles at least. And first he has to get a tangle.
Wolves resummoned, so no experience here. Archer already hurt. Wolves hungry. Oh man, this is a rough opening so far by Kaho, who of course has to tech then as well, go for lures to counter this style.
Very important last that we see right here. This will be level 2 for the keeper. Also, one wolf would do it, so it seems like by now this level will be reached. Don't tell me. Don't tell me.
Ooh. Dedo comes in, now he can entangle and gets the last hit. Well played around this by Kaho. Not getting nervous again, very calm, very collected, all the right buttons.
That's a Blade Master second, dude.
What?
Forces are under attack.
Wait, was he watching the Grubby stream? Didn't Grubby play Blade Master second the other day? Grubby played with Mirror Image and Crit without Windwalk. And I only saw it for like 10 seconds and I was like, well, this must be some kind of trolling.
What in the duck is going on? Ah, Lin, isn't it nice to still have him in the scene? Just for the extra
Tier
flavor
3.
games like this.
Pog champ, tier 3, boys. Oh, he's gonna go Bloodlust. Bloodlust Grunt's Blade. Oh, how cool is that, dude?
Okay, how cool, but how good is it?
I've always felt that Bloodlusted Grunts are really underrated in this matchup. It's hard to get tier 3, it's hard to not die first, but you know, if you have the time, that's the best thing you can have against archers, in my opinion. Put a Lightning Shield on the Grunt and Bloodlust and run to the archers, and the archers have low mobility, they have the low movement speed, normally so do the Grunts, but with Lightning Shield, everything, God damn it, Bloodlust, rah, rah, rah. Everything changes. But as I said it, okay, what's going on here? He's not even going Shaman. Okay, this is starting to get really greedy. He's not
Torrent.
even going Shaman for Dispel, so he's delaying Dispel and rushing tier 3
Yeah.
and Blade Master second. That might be the greediest build you can go for in the game.
So, according to chat, Lin got this strat from Grubby got the strat from Lin. So Lin once again being the original innovator, according to chat, according to Grubby.
Player's forces are under attack.
Well, Farseer might be going down here. Is he willing to use the TP for the level 1 hero? Nope.
Blade Master can creep, Ring of Regen, pretty nice.
Oh, if he gets creepjacked here, it's really dangerous.
He has some vision here, he saw him.
Ah, okay. Ah, the wolves. You're right. You're right.
Yeah.
Oh, good catch. Smart by Lin.
You say my eyes are bad.
Well, maybe you're like one of those Counter-Strike players, you know, like 5 centimeters away from the screen. I mean, I wonder with the Counter-Strike players, like, is it actually better for performance being only 5 centimeters away from the screen, or is it just a meta thing? Do they just all think that this is how it has to be, and they all just, you know, destroy their eyes for no good reason?
Last time I played Counter-Strike, I think Counter-Strike Source wasn't even out, so I won't be able to tell you that.
Oh, the Blade Master. He was harassing. He almost level 3 all of a sudden, but the level 3 Keeper killed 2 Headhunters in the meantime. This is a weird heckin' game, as Kaho is also playing tier 3 1 base.
It is, by the way, Windwalk. No mirror image thus far. And more creeping for the Farseer this time. We go Walkers for Spirit Link. Oh, Keeper has to pop the potion.
Bah. Wait, so you do need a 3rd hero, right? Yeah, Shadow Hunter. Okay.
Player's forces
Farseer, Blade, Shadow. I don't think I've ever seen that before in a tournament game.
No, me neither. Amazing. Grunts, Headhunters, Walkers. that will be a tanky army. Blade Master has Windwalk, but is also revealed. Entangle on cooldown for 4, 3. He's dead. Is he not?
The Dryads.
Is he not?
There's one more Entangle. Yeah, he's super dead.
Dude, Lin is turning into Fly today.
Yeah, this is really bad. I think he forgot about the Dryads, maybe. The bonus slow.
Forgetting about it? I don't know, he plays this game for 20 years and he played a lot of Night Elves.
Yeah, but normally you always have a feel in any given matchup how aggressive you can be. And maybe he just, you know, he thought he was just facing Keeper and not additional lockdown. It's definitely a big mistake. And that slows him down a lot. I think Kaho could just easily expand right now and then mass Bears or MGs or whatever later on.
Bears are already on the way. Master Training is a quick upgrade. Invo Potion Heal Scroll also on the Panda. Wonder how good the Panda is against Spirit Link. Could be counted with Heal Scrolls really, really well, but that's what Shop Control is for.
Fun opening by Lin, but to be honest, so far this build hasn't razzle-dazzled us.
Not yet. It's a late game build, so we're waiting for the late game to razzle-dazzle us.
The archers. Oh, has used the heal scroll out of combat to save the archers. That's kind of a win already. And he killed another archer with a Farseer, close to 3. The big downside with the Farseer is wolves are so insanely useless against Dryads. It's not even funny. And Chain Lightning also not the best, so that's the big downside always of this hero. We see this all the time nowadays against Undead, where the Farseer is the big liability in the late game. And yeah, don't see that changing here. So Lin has to creep up more, has to rely heavily on the Blade and Cello this game.
Okay, now he's getting pushed. 48 pop only, but still 10 supply ahead. Beastery will maybe not even finish. Roar on everything. Breath of Fire #1, and everything is heard without having a heal scroll. Lin in the ropes.
It's going to be a cancel on the Beastery just shortly before. Spirit Walker damage against the Bears is not too shabby at all. Blade Master has a lot of tank ability in his inventory. But there we go. Has to pop the heal potion. That one now gone forever. Where's the Spirit Link? Could use that, but maybe he feels the Dryads would just dispel it anyway. Speaking of Dryads, once they get touched by these Berserkers, also going down quickly. A timely purge. Oh, from the Orb of Lightning, finding more kills. And this could be a hold here perhaps for Lin. But the Blade in trouble again, revealed. And will be going down once more.
Warcraft is a game that revolves around armies and heroes. And if you lose your heroes, you lose the game. And your army as well. GG! 1-0 for Kaho. Lin's weird build not paying off at all.
Yeah, not so far. Not today. Now, the interesting thing is, will he try again? Or is he going to play standard from now on, with which he has a very high chance of winning? Or does he have something to prove? Does he feel like there's something there with this build that he must discover? Don't know if you remember this, but it was like Flash from StarCraft Brood War. I think it was like 2 years ago or something. And he had this build that I don't remember because what it's called because, you know, don't know so much about Brood War. But anyways, what they explained was he played a couple of tournaments, the Korean Brood War tournaments, and he would keep playing this build, this innovative build, which kind of looked interesting, but also not too promising. And he kept losing. Like 3, 4, 5 games in a row. Kept losing, but kept playing the same build until he finally perfected it. And then it changed the meta. So that's something that, you know, people of greatness can sometimes trailblaze in that way, where there's something new, they can feel it, they have this sense that there's something there, a kernel, that they must extract. And at the beginning it might fail, but perhaps in the end it can really be the big new thing. Now, is that the case with Farseer into Blade? Not so sure, but kind of cool that, you know, Lin is trying.
Yeah, Foggy is probably praying to all the Warcraft gods right now that Lin is not trying this again and gets 2 wins in a row here. Because I don't think he wants to face him in the lower bracket finally. He would be way more comfortable with facing Kaho in the Night Elf Mirror, where Foggy is arguably better than in Night Elf versus Orc. So if you're a Foggy fan, you should probably cheer for Lin a little bit. But if you're a fan of entertaining games, then give us that Farseer again. It's certainly a different build already.
Yeah, it looks a lot like just Blade Grunts. Blade Master running into the middle, getting the circlet, and then making life for the Keeper very tough. This is the classic difficult map for the Keeper. You get the first camp for free, of course, but creeping up beyond that is going to be very difficult. And Lin goes back to the basics. Blade Grunt that he is known to be so exceptional with over years.
How about he plays Farseer second now?
That'd be kind of funny.
Yeah.
Play a good early game hero in the mid game.
Yeah.
Trust in him in the late game.
Perfect to me. You fake a normal build and then you swap it all around in the mid game. Mind games, not too often happening in Warcraft, unfortunately.
A player's forces are under attack.
And it's hard to say no to that. Shadowhunter is a pretty good hero, especially in this matchup. You know, we kind of made fun of Star-Shaped earlier on, for good reason, and deservedly, of course.
To be honest, we
But
were
he
making fun of Starshape for years.
Yeah, it's kind of our brand, of course. But to be honest, he was probably the first guy to notice that Serpent Wards, the new ones, would be really strong.
Yeah.
That's a voice that only very few people had. But Starshape did, and he was right, at least in this matchup.
Yeah,
All the
he-
other matchups, not so much, but here it is.
He has a great mind. It's just a couple of blackouts here and there.
Maybe he just has hypersensitivity to anything that can be tough for Night Elf. You know, like sometimes the meter strikes a little bit too far out, but if something can be too strong, he smells it.
I think the prediction needs to be done before we forget what map this was about. But yeah, we have a Keeper here, Last Refuge, hard to creep, as we oftentimes say, but if you give over a Peon, with Entangle first, actually, well, that's level 2 guaranteed. Just like that. Blade Master steals the Shadow Priest away, Sentry Wards, Claws, very good items for Lin.
A town is under siege.
Exactly what you would love to see on a Blade Master, of course. Ah, yeah. So here we go again. What is going to be the highest crit in this game, Neo?
Ah. 186.
A player's forces are under
All right,
attack.
I go much lower. I go 116.
We will have forgotten about these numbers at the end of the game and we'll never mention it again. Steal, maybe?
It'd be kind of,
Oh, nice by Lin. Item
it'd be
steal
kind of
as
funny
well.
if he doesn't go crit here. Just
Just to fool us.
crits.
Dude, this early game by Lin is pretty good.
Yeah, it's pretty top notch, as they say across the pond.
I mean, level 2 acquired, that's not too bad. Kaho, is he going talents? Yeah, he is, right? With how this base is built, I definitely assume this talents.
Yeah, I guess so. Can be pretty tough on this map to get early map control to set up the expansion and play from 2 bases. So here, I'd say even plays the safer build. I think Talons on this map is just straight up the safer build, especially if the early game doesn't go your way. Which, so far it hasn't. And is being very careful with his grunts. Doesn't want to give away the lead that he has. He has tremendous vision. Oh my god, these sentries are absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
But doesn't perhaps realize that the merchant is being credit.
Always should. But yeah, doesn't double check on it. Also goes into Shadowhunter, not TC. So unfortunately, no nice shockwaves for us. Demon Hunter second to get rid of mana. Big healing here for the second time, which was very helpful on Northern Isles. And then it's time for the wins. Here it is, talents confirmed.
He's not gonna cancel the shadow, is he? We've seen that sometimes by orcs before, when they realize it's the other way around. It's talents that they go TC. But I don't think he will. Shadowrunner can also be played pretty well against talents, especially if you get level 2 Serpent Wards early on, can be really good. But for the late game, it feels like you can't play one base.
Yeah.
You don't have the shockwave, you don't have the aura, you don't have the meat from the TC. So it seems like you need an expansion normally. which the Shadow Hunter can be pretty good in
A player's forces
providing.
are under attack.
Okay, creeping starts, but little left here for this camp. Demon Hunter needs some creeping as well. I wonder what he does with the Keeper. Is it some base harass, some peon entangles? We have Beastery and Spirit Lodge, so no walkers, but rather Shaman as the spell.
Peaceful. You're afraid every time nowadays to say it, aren't you? For fear.
Yeah, I have to find another word. Negating the effects.
Cool thing about Shadowhunter creeping on this map is you can set up the snakes between the two camps, and then you can creep both of them. Get the best of both worlds. Just like Caitlyn Jenner. But the Murloc went invis, so that's a bit annoying. Has to wait until daytime.
That's soon. It will take some time to creep the rock golem. On the other hand, Devotion Aura, pretty nice. Oops.
The grunt. Oh! Be careful now.
Calculated.
Big item. What's it gonna be? Lots of great ones to be found here. Belt is legit the worst one. That is actually the worst item here. Unlucko.
Tier 3 around the corner. Talent's coming. And Kaho builds the Moonwell for 60 supply. That is not normal, I think.
Yeah, true.
You'll never go
Usually
above
would see Nidals be always on 50 supply unless they expand, maybe.
It's under siege.
Hex on the Wisp. No detonate here. Oh, the Shadowhunter too far forward, getting caught out of position. The creep's getting involved. Oh my god, this is a bit of a disaster here for Lin.
Double end snare. And Kaho smelling blood in the water. That's a kill for sure. Second one right here. And vision on the Blade Master. Careful. Wow. That was quick. Blade Master in trouble. And he's dead,
Wait.
isn't he? He's just dead.
Oh my god!
Kaho!
2-0!
2-0! Just like that.
Oh my goodness. Kaho with a big MMR jump today. Elo jump today. 2-0 against Lin. Pretty crazy. Lin playing quite risky and taking the punishment. Lin also doing this because he knows there's a lower bracket and poor old Foggy
Yo.
may have to go up against him again.
Did you see what dispelled the hex? Because he wanted to go for the Demon Hunter and hexed him, but there was an instant dispel. I don't think
he
there
purged
was.
his own hex because he tried to prevent the item being transferred, but that was kind of mistimed, if you will.
Ouch. Yo, that can
And,
trigger you.
And also rip channel points, by the ways.
Yo.
Bye-bye.
Yo. Good old channel points. We will never get these Christmas cards. Damn. I did not expect the day to go as it does. Kaho is through the winner bracket. That gives him a top seed for the playoffs. And that is a very, very solid situation to be in a TeD Cup. So Lin in the lower bracket, also a rare side. And that means we have 2 more games. The first one is to determine Lin's opponent. And that is Foggy versus Meteor. We'll be right back after, you know it, a little break.